My name is Paulius. I work as the engineering manager in Omnisend company. Me and Tadas are both from the same company and both from the same country and both from the same city. So we're located in Vilnius, Lithuania. And yeah, Tadas, you can continue. Say your name, who you are.
Okay, I'm Tadas from Omnisend. Yeah, so a little bit about Omnisend. So Omnisend is email marketing service provider. We allow merchants to sell various email marketing emails, SMS, messages, and even push notifications. So we do lots of that stuff. And I'm a product manager in Omnisend, specifically working with a team that works with Omnisend and WooCommerce / WordPress integration. So this is very kind of my niche. So and Paulius works with that as well. So that's why we're here, I guess. Yeah.
And can you briefly share a description of your project?
Yeah, sure. So this is like just a description. So we want to create a solution for staging environment. There are various issues, right? So these are from real life examples, etc. But basically, the solution is for developers. The main users are developers from either a freelancer or an agency person. The ones who works with various integrations and people that usually don't want to. So that integrations are breaking, etc., etc. So we want to preserve something that would be working, that would avoid various issues, etc. And probably the best would be to describe the problems we want to solve. Okay, so because the description is like staging environment manager, how it's called in this CloudFest hackathon page. But basically, the issues that we want to solve are real life examples, right? We get multiple complaints from people who do not follow recommendations by either WordPress or WooCommerce how to set up those environments properly. Like when we're talking about staging, like testing things. And basically, there are two problems. So one is breaking in integration. It means that if you're not following these recommendations, so once you do a copy of your live site, something will break. Like the test site will start sending data to live site. So you end up like damaging your integrations. You do not expect that part. So if you're not following, and many people actually not following these recommendations. So this is one. Another thing is that many people, and we run multiple surveys and understand like this is a real thing. If you want to implement some changes, so what people usually do, they do changes on live. And this is dangerous. If it's a small change, maybe it's okay. But if you're a bigger company, so changing on live is, well, we don't do this, and I believe you shouldn't be doing either if you're a developer. But people do that. Why? Because it's complicated process. You need to do copies, etc. And if you're doing a copy of live, then you probably do something on staging, the test environment, and then replicating the changes on live once again. So like double work, etc. So we want to solve another problem is basically syncing the changes that you made on staging to live without breaking the actual integration. So one thing is like setting up like breaking integration so that we want to avoid that. And once this is done, so you do changes on test, like staging environment, then sync those changes to live as well, so that it's a smooth experience for developers and the business continues. So basically a description and a problem statement 2 in 1.
And just a quick clarification, is this for a WordPress staging environment or other tools as well?
It's for WordPress, basically. So if you're on WordPress, so it will work on that part. So it's like, that ecosystem.
And what are the goals and scope of your project? So as Tadas mentioned, and what we currently see is that we're focusing on WordPress. So it will most likely be the plugin for WordPress, which will allow to solve those two problems. So first of all, it will allow creating the staging environment, basically copying all the data and all the files from the production system. But that's a very small thing, and it's copying just is pretty simple. So besides, we want to ensure that the proper environment variables are set, that the staging environment is not crawled by the web crawlers, that it might be password protected, and so on. So this is one part that we want to solve this setup, let's say, problem. And the other more interesting part is the data synchronization. So we see that the other problem is that people encounter, and that's most likely the reason why changes are being done directly in the live version, is that it's difficult to propagate the changes made in the staging environment back to the production environment. And while there are some tools, sometimes they break the live environment, sometimes they are not free products. Basically, there are various constraints that made it a good opportunity for us in this hackathon to create the tool that allows WordPress developers to manage their staging environments and to propagate the changes back to the live version. So this is the current scope that we see. But of course, I believe that the contributors and the members of this hackathon will be smart guys and girls, and we might end up in different solutions for this product, like introducing the CLI commands, like extending the WP CLI with various additional tools, or enabling the cloud service providers, like hosting providers, to use this solution. So yeah, we have the problems, and we have our vision how we would be able to solve that. But I believe that's magic will happen and might change the scope of this project.
What attendee skill set would be most applicable to your project?
Yeah, so obviously we expect engineers to join this project. So we expect that people having some knowledge about the WordPress, about the data structure, file structure, the plugin development guidelines, maybe with WP CLI experience. So basically to build all this solution. Another thing is to make it simple. So we expect that there might be either designers or the UI developers or people with user experience skill set would also join our project because there might some workflows that would be not that trivial. So for example, handling the conflicts on different versions, how to present them, how to solve them. This is an interesting issue from the usability perspective. So I think it would be interesting for you guys, whoever listens to this presentation, to consider joining our project. And of course, we want to spread the word. So we expect that marketing representatives would also find the place in our team to raise the awareness about this project, to share the wins, share the status. Yeah, so at least these roles would be quite, let's say, totally accepted, and yeah. So.
And how do you envision the impact on the open web and society in general?
Yeah, as I mentioned, there might be some tools that currently are able to solve this problem that we are trying to solve. But the research that we did shows that these tools are not freely available. They are either paid tools, they are not open source tools, so it's not possible neither to contribute nor in certain scenarios to utilize these tools. So we want to contribute to the open source project to create this open source project so it will be freely available for the developers and also freely available for the contributions.
And finally, my favorite question, which award, except for the overall winner, would you like to win with your team?
We were discussing with Paulius, but I think we agreed both that the team award would be great. This is like a very simple reason why, because like in Omnisend, and we together believe that good things are built by great teams. So empower teams that can like express their opinions and kind of work freely, have fun and make good things. So I think, these 2 or 3 days, it would be a new experience to us, but working with great people always is the most rewarding experience. So that would be great, actually.
Amazing. Well, I'm not a developer, but as a WordPress user, I'm excited for this project. I see all the different problems that it's going to solve for even people like me. So thank you both for your time, for sharing what your project is all about. And I look forward to meeting you both in person at the hackathon.
Thank you, Christian.